What up, guys? All right, so this is part one of my episode 2 discussion. I'm going to be talking about more of the details in this one, and then part 2 for this episode, it'll be more of the details of what occurred in the episode. Does that make sense? Because it's a long video, and I only get 3 minutes to do this. So let's go. Let's get to it, guys. Alrighty. So in this video, they gave us clickers, and this is what the clickers look like. And if you look at that detail, how cool is that, man? I think I like the art of it. They did a pretty good job with it. And I'm someone that's always paying attention to the details. That is very detailed. That's pretty cool. So in The Last of Us, the zombie apocalypse here, it spreads through a fungus, right? So you can see like the fungus, the mushrooms coming out of it and whatnot. And they tell us too that the clickers, they're called clickers because they make clicking sounds. So click, click, you know, they make these clicking sounds, and there's pretty much like echolocation because they don't have eyes anymore. So they hunt through hearing. So if they hear that you're in that area or whatever, they're not giving up on you. They're gonna keep going till they find you, and they're fast. They're really fast too. So they're not just because they've been around. They're not just like slowing down. No, they're still pretty fast because the fungus that's taken over them wants to keep the host alive, so it keeps it in decent condition. I will also say they talk about how all the zombies, all the clickers or whatever, they're all connected through a root system. So you got to be very careful if you're gonna if you step on a zombie, if you unalive a zombie, if you bump into a root or touch a root or something, because that alerts all the other zombies that are connected to that root system, and it sends them your way. So accidentally you bump into a root, next thing you know, you got a whole horde of zombies headed your way. So it's pretty intense, man. I liked it. In addition to that, I will also say I like here, unlike Walking Dead, where they're shooting one shot headshots and stuff. Here it's more realistic. Like they're shooting and stuff, but they're also running and stuff, so they're missing shots. They're not all headshots. They end up being body shots because they're running and doing all this stuff at the same time. And that's very realistic. As someone, I like to go to the range. Someone that goes to the range, you realize how hard it is to aim and do all this stuff while shooting at the same time. So yes, kudos to that. And the other detail that I like that they gave us too is they're showing us Ellie, right? Ellie is this badass kid that was born into the zombie apocalypse, but she's still a kid, and they're making sure that they let us know that. There's the scene where they're in the lobby, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's so cool!" And she goes and she's ringing the bell, and she pretends she's checking into the lobby because this is stuff that she's learned in the books and the classroom that she's in. And this is stuff like a kid would do, and it's because she's never been into the real world. But guys, this is gonna be it for this episode. Follow me for part 2. We'll discuss the series.